Carmen Banana with another great recipe. But before we start, I want you to meet a friend of mine, Frank Delvy. Frank, come on in.
Hello, Carmen. Good to see you.
Woo. Well, nice to see you again. You know, the last time I saw Frank was at the Hyde Park Theater.
That's true.
Just last month, I guess. Now, what play were you in?
Give my regards to Broadway, a Broadway musical review.
And some of the songs they sang. What were some that you sang?
Well, I get to sing songs I never do in other shows. Songs like Old Man River and Buddy, Can You Spare a Dime? And Can't Get Started. Swanee, I do my Jolson imitation for Swanee.
I'll always remember the Swanee song. It was great.
And thank you.
Then the girls that were, the whole crew at the Give My Regards to Broadway was really remarkable.
Ken Johnson did a great job. We're running again, by the way, February 27th to April 12th, in case this is showing during that period.
Great.
So
well, that's
please, everybody come by Hyde Park Theater on 43rd and Guadalupe.
Really? Well, isn't that pretty remarkable with having a musical go and then come back again a few months later?
Well, things worked out real well. It was real popular, and he had the Hamlet show scheduled in between times, so he said, let's bring it back. And we've got some new folks in the cast. About half the cast is the same, half is different, but everybody's real good again. It's going to be wonderful.
Well, great. Well, listen, Frank, I know that you're warmed up and ready to start singing now. Why don't you sing a song for us?
Well, first,
what now?
I have a couple of songs I'd like to do. Jamaica Farewell, the old Harry Belafonte. Let's start out with that, all right?
That's great. I can't wait to hear. Let's give a warm round of applause to Frank Delvy.
One of my favorites. Down the way where the nights are gay and the sunshine daily on the mountain top, I took a trip on the sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop, and I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Down in the market you can hear ladies cry out while on their heads they bear. Ackee rice, salt bananas are nice, and the rum is fine any time of year. And I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Sounds of laughter everywhere, and the dancing girls sway to and fro. I must declare my heart is there, though I've been from Maine to Mexico, and I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town, and I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Leave a little girl in Kingston town.
Hey, thank you. Great, that was great, Frank. Great.
This next one is, I thought, appropriate for the show as well. It's a Steve Goodman song called Down in the Banana Republics. Down in the banana republics, down to the tropical sun, go the expatriated Americans, hoping to find some fun. Some of them go for the sailing, called by the lure of the sea, trying to find what was ailing with living in the land of the free. Some of them are running from lovers, leaving no forward address. Some of them are running tons of ganja, some are running from the IRS. Late at night you will find them in the cheap hotels and bars, hustling the senoritas while they dance beneath the stars. Spending the renegade pesos on a bottle of rum and a lime. Sing and give me some words I can dance to, or a melody that rhymes. First you learn the native customs, soon a word of Spanish or two. But you know that you cannot trust them, 'cause they know they can't trust you. Expatriated Americans, feeling so all alone, telling themselves all the same lies that they told themselves back home. Down in the banana republics, things aren't as warm as they seem. Some of the natives aren't buying all those second-hand American dreams. But late at night you will find them in the cheap hotels and bars, hustling the senoritas while they dance beneath the stars, spending their renegade pesos on a bottle of rum and a lime. Sing and give me some words I can dance to, or a melody that rhymes. Please give me some words I can dance to, or a melody that rhymes.
Oh, Frank, that was wonderful.
Thank you, Carmen.
Frank. Boy, I tell you, your voice just keeps getting better and better every time I listen.
Oh, thank you.
Well, listen, you know, I've been warming up the kitchen while you've been singing. I think the kitchen is hot.
Oh, boy.
So why don't we come back into Casa Carmen, to Carmen's kitchen, and cook some bananas.
Let's get cooking.
Come on, cook with bananas. Come on over.
What are we cooking?
Well, right now, what we're going to start with is fried plantains.
And what exactly is a plantain?
Well, it's these funny-looking bananas that you see in the stores. You know, they
yeah.
aren't quite yellow, they aren't quite green, they aren't quite any color except maybe a brown. But the thing about these bananas is that they never turn yellow and they never turn sweet. So when you cook them, you sort of cook them as like the starch in your meal.
Oh, okay.
You know, like you would have a potato or French fries. They're really delicious with black beans. Black beans and rice and little fried plantains. They are really tasty. So the way you start is that you pick your plantain the way you do any banana. You look for little dots on it like this.
Right.
Because remember, if there's no dots, it means it's not quite ready. So you have to look for the dots and then open it up. And of course, it doesn't.
They never cooperate,
They
do
never
they?
cooperate. You know how bananas are. They're impossible.
They're independent. That's the main thing.
Boy, I'm sure you've had trouble with things like this before, haven't you?
The gloves don't
Well,
really
the
help
gloves
a whole lot
don't
either.
help. Well, let's see. Sometimes they work, and well, boy, I tell you, this is not the easiest thing in the world. But you know, when there's a will, there's a way.
Who's that guy,
Carmen?
Will, anyway?
Yeah, really. Good old Will, as we
Will,
call him, yeah. Okay, now see, once you get the plantain open, it looks just like a regular banana.
Sure does.
You know, but the thing is that what you have to remember, it's not sweet and it's raw, which means that you've got to cook it. You don't eat plantains raw. So what you do is just slice them up in little slices like this. It's hard. It's not the texture of a regular banana. There's more like a texture of a sweet potato. Just cook them up. Oh, and let me see how the grease is. You know, this is our good old
getting
portable
warm
wok.
here.
I hear it. Let's get this thing where it belongs. Oh, I see the the oil is cooking. So what you do is you cut some up and then just drop them in the wok. And of course, you know, you don't have to use the wok. The reason we use woks is because we can take it anywhere.
Right. You just
it.
walk it away, and
Yeah, really.
It just works out nicely.
Walk with the wok. That's it. Okay, get a few
Walking
more
along
in.
here, and
Really. Get a few more going. Okay. That looks like a pretty good. And just, maybe I should turn this down a little bit. You know how, here's a
there
little.
we go. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. I see I had
350 there.
I had it on laser beam. I don't need to laser that fast. Okay, and I just cook these till they brown, and then there's a little secret I learned at the grocery store. Would you believe I buy all my vegetables from this woman named Carmen? Believe it or not, there's two Carmens in this world, and she told me a little.
Wonders never cease.
Really, she told me a little secret to do with the plantains. So let me show you. What the first thing you do is you get a little paper towel, because when you want to put this out, you're going to want to put it out on a paper towel.
Right.
Okay. And move that away. Let's move everything over here. So what you do then is you take, here's one that's real brown. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay, now see how nice and brown this is? I don't know if you can see how brown they are. But what you do is you put them on the cutting board like this, and put the paper over them like this, and then give them a little smack.
And you break your spoon. That'll do it.
That'll do it. And that sort of flattens them out a little bit, and then put them back in. Oh, I tell
It'll be
you,
an expensive meal if
Yes.
we keep up like this.
in Casas, Carmen, no telling what's going to happen. You know, you just never
That's
know.
why I had to come by.
Really. Oh, boy. Now, see, here's another one that's, you know, they aren't really flattening out. What they are supposed to do is to flatten out a little bit and get a little mushy in between it. No. Oh, yeah, they sort of flatten out and get a little
Well, it's in that cooks
yeah,
them
see,
more.
yeah, and so you sort of
cook them
flatten them
better and
out,
fuller.
and yeah, and that sort of, yeah, thank you. That's what you're supposed to do. Maybe I'm not cooking them quite long enough, but let me see. Yeah, see,
Oh, there you go.
there
I
it
see.
is.
Yes,
Okay, see how they
yes.
sort of flatten out on the edge like this? Is this going to be possible to see? I know. Okay, see how they sort of flatten out on the edge and they sort of flute out at the edges? Then you throw that back in, see, and that sort of cooks the insides a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
And that way you have a real tasty, or you know, you could just leave them plain like this. But Carmen said to cry, oh, well this
Oh, that was a good one.
yeah, this is a little fluted edge, and see, that sort of gives them a little bit extra beauty.
That's true. They're not quite as boring like that.
Yeah, you know, bananas get a little bit plain, and oh yeah, now they're really, see the edges are really
We
fluted
tried that
out
other one a
now.
little too fast.
Yeah,
think.
I was
the problem.
frantic.
Yeah.
When I start cooking, I get frantic. Boy, I want these to cook this very second. Oh yeah, they really are fluting out now real well. Just see, and then you have the crispy part on top and the little raw banana, so you just throw it back in. Done perfectly. Oh, great. Now, once you have this cooked again, here's this one right here.
Okay.
There's a few things you can do with it. Of course, here in Texas, what we probably do is just throw a little ketchup on it and just eat it just like it is.
Barbecue sauce, maybe?
Yeah, barbecue
Picante?
sauce,
I don't
anything
know.
like that. Here's one I haven't crushed. But you can also do, you can also turn this into a dessert by just sprinkling a little powdered sugar and cinnamon in it, and that'd be the perfect dessert. But, you know, when you're using black beans, having black beans and rice, they're just perfect the way they are. Just put a little salt on them. Not much salt, but... Okay, I think that they are just about finished right here. Okay, well, that one's not fluted. You see one that's not fluted? Just take it out. See how nice these are fluting now? You want them to look pretty. You know, you don't want to serve your guests food that's not pretty. Okay, great. It's the what? Oh, okay. And you know, while we're doing this, while we're cutting up the bananas for the next batch, let me get
Plantain common?
oh, thank you. It's not the bananas we're cooking today, it's plantain. Okay, now as we're cutting this up, we all remember what our favorite fruit of all is? Cook with bananas. Come on, Frank, sing. Cook with bananas. 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 Woo! Cook with bananas. Cook with bananas. Cook with bananas. Woo! Cook with bananas. Woo! Oh, I tell you, Frank, we have more fun cooking, don't we?
We sure do.
Boy, I tell you. Okay, now what you do is just put in a few more. Cut up a few more bananas, and you know, they should be fairly
Plantain.
thick. Plantains, thank you. I need you here all the time.
I swear.
Throw the plantains in, get them cooking again, and you know, right now is when we usually put up the recipe, but there's no recipe to put up, because all you have to do is remember to get the plantains, and remember they aren't going to be yellow, they're going to be green. When they turn brown, they're really a little bit too much. So you really want them to be green. You want to use oil. We use all blend oil, but you can use the peanut oil, any kind of oil that you like
Olive
for
oil?
cooking. Olive oil is a little bit strong for frying.
Okay.
You need something a little bit lighter than olive oil, like a...
Okay.
Actually, peanut oil is best because it doesn't splatter.
Ah,
Peanut oil is
I'll
best.
vote for that.
And that's all you need. It's one of our simplest recipes. So listen, before we go, I want to thank Frank for coming by and singing those great banana songs one more time. And I guess that's it from the Carmen Banana Show. Join us next time when I have another great recipe for you. Thank you.